All right, before I present the headline to this next article, as many of you know, I lost my dog Saturday, and she was 16 years old. And this is very difficult. It's going to take time. When I would do videos such as I'm doing now, she always laid right here by my feet, and she'd put her little head on my foot, and I'd take my other foot, and I kind of pet her head, and I forget that she's not here. But it's going to take time for me to heal. She is in a much better place. She is running and playing in heaven. So, forgive me. Forgive me. Here's the headlines. Questions persist about Yellowstone eruption. Is U.S. evacuation plan in place? And that's a very good question. And I don't think so. I think there is an evacuation plan for the elite, the powers that be, but for the average citizens of the United States of America, I don't think they truly care. I'll provide you with a link below. The Earth around the Yellowstone Supervolcano is increasingly becoming seismically active. Some scientists say it's not a matter of if the Yellowstone Supervolcano will erupt, but rather when it will erupt. It's not a matter of if, but a matter of when. Yellowstone Supervolcano making Bible prophecy in the news today, this third day of June 2014. Let me continue on. And so questions persist about a worst-case scenario, Yellowstone supervolcano eruption. Is U.S. Geological Service, USGS, keeping an eye on Yellowstone cauldron and hiding data from the public? Are they hiding? Are they keeping an eye on this and hiding the information from you and I? I'll give you my answer. I believe they are. What does the Yellowstone eruption warning from UNAVCO, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, mean? And just who is? And how do you pronounce it? UNAVCO. If anyone knows how to pronounce that, help me out in the comment section below. Who are they? Does the U.S. have a contingency plan in place for a worst-case scenario? Like I said, for the elite, I'm sure they do. Does the worst-case scenario involve an evacuation plan? Not for you, and not for I, but for the elite, I'm sure. If Yellowstone erupts, will millions of U.S. citizens be evacuated to Brazil, Australia, or Argentina? The gigantic Yellowstone supervolcano has erupted 3 times in the last 2 million years. Well, what about the last 6,000 years? A Yellowstone eruption would render much of the U.S. uninhabitable, depositing a 10-foot deep layer of volcanic ash as far as 1,000 miles away. Maps from educational and government institutions project that as many as 17 states could be fully or partially impacted by a Yellowstone eruption, with areas of Canada and Mexico affected as well. Now, I think you're going to find this interesting right here. As an aside, U.S. keeps 450 Minuteman III ICBM intercontinental ballistic missiles at 3 Air Force bases in North Dakota, Montana, and Wyoming. There are missile silos in Montana and Wyoming. Back in April, the Pentagon announced that they are removing missiles from these silos. What with all that seismic activity stirring at Yellowstone, not to mention widespread cheating on proficiency tests by Air Force officers serving on Minuteman III launch teams, it's probably a very good idea to keep as many missiles as possible out of the area. Something to look at here. A Yellowstone eruption could leave the entire Midwest of the United States covered with volcanic ash and 2/3 of the country uninhabitable, with food production almost totally wiped out, along with the economy. The collapse of the dollar. The entire planet would be affected, with global temperatures dropping by as much as 20 degrees. Professor Bob Smith, at the University of Utah, geophysics professor says in his 53 years of monitoring seismic activity in and around the Yellowstone caldera, he never witnessed two simultaneous earthquake swarms. That is until September of last year, 2013, when he witnessed 130 quakes in Yellowstone over the course of a single week. There's more to the story, and I will provide you with a link. Leave me your comments and your opinions. Do they have a plan, an evacuation plan in place in the United States? What do you think? Subscribe to my channel, and God bless you all today. Thank you for bearing with me and putting up with me at this time. God bless you today.